No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but the public can access this meeting while in progress by Zoom Video Communications, Inc. Members of the public attending this meeting virtually will be allowed to make comments if they wish to do so during the portion of the hearing designated for public comments by telephone, cell phone, or personal computer using Zoom. As always, some guidelines for participants. Please utilize the chat or raise hand function to address the board. Participants will remain on mute until they have been addressed by the board, and participants are required to display their first and last names. All of that said, by tradition, we will start with a roll call of present members. I am Brian Barabee.
Sue Mitra.
Jim Garrity.
Steve here.
Okay, and that's it. All right. So first up this evening, and I don't know, Lauren, is the the person requesting this vote, the applicant basically here tonight, or a rep for the applicant here tonight?
Yes, we have the representative Doug Dillon here.
Okay. And Doug, I don't know if you want to walk us through kind of quickly what you're proposing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please.
So Doug Dillon, wetland scientist from Guard Consulting. I don't know if you guys remember the 220 Bolton that I brought before you guys about a year ago now, actually, maybe a little more, with the pool in the backyard there. So things have been going great. Did the plantings actually the other week. Beautiful. Rain's been very helpful for that. But I did notice that there was a patch of Japanese knotweed that has been kind of, it's been doing well, unfortunately. And I think it's still like a year old in age only. So I think it is kind of pretty able to be killed effectively. And I would like to propose a just very limited herbicide treatment for that, limited to just like a cut and inject in like the hollow tubes that they have.
Yep.
Only just by the homeowner. He's a totally competent guy, 100% trust him, and I would provide like obviously instructions for him to do that. Just and we have multiple monitoring reports that I'm going to be providing to you guys. Like I'm going to be here till spring of 28 for this project, so you're going to be hearing from me. So we'll have plenty of time to address and fix things, or just kind of nudge things and adjust if need be. But I think it's pretty ideal to get this treated soon, late summer. So I just thought I'd bring it before you guys and just open it up and very slightly amend it. I can include it in our upcoming, we're going to be doing a fall 2026 planting update. So in a short handful of months, you'll be hearing about it anyway. So I can include a kind of note just to see how it went and take it from there, I guess.
Okay.
Well,
go ahead. Let me open it up to commission members to see if anybody has any questions, comments, or thoughts initial.
Again, I'm sorry, Brian, just a quick question. So, Doug, where is it on the property? Is it on the back of the property, at the front of the property?
Yeah, I can show you. I have some plans right here. Can we all see that?
Not yet.
Not yet. There we go.
All right, awesome. It's like right kind of like here. So it's out of the state riverfront.
Yeah.
It's within, it's probably split 50-50 with the half of it's probably in the local riverfront, half of it's not, and it's within the outer buffer zone of the wetland to the southeast here. So it's all in lawn. It's just been really growing, and we noticed it when we were doing the plantings. And it's only maybe about 150 square feet, like a kind of 10 by 15, 12 by 12 kind of patch, like right here. And we could kill it. Awesome. I think that would be ideal. So.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So Dylan, I talked a little bit with our conservation agent about this, and I should say I'm familiar with knotweed. It is evil stuff. I totally get the stem injections that's shown to work, but generally it's repeated injections over a few years. So I like how you're proposing to mitigate it. I think that makes perfect sense. In talking with the conservation agent, she thought, it's something that would probably be ongoing, that it would need to possibly need to be done more than once. And as such, she would prefer to see it as a field amendment. Like if we could get something in writing,
Yeah,
that we could approve it as a field amendment on that original order. Which again, probably shouldn't be a problem, but it just kind of pushes us out 2 weeks. But is that something you think you'd be able to provide, just kind of that whole narrative in writing, so we can kind of do it as an amendment to the original order?
yeah, absolutely. Is that just so I'm really clear with next steps with my my
Go
homeowner
ahead.
here, is that something that you would request I represent at a hearing, or is this just sort of like a submission and then we can take it from there?
Well, I let me put it out to commission members, and I got to
Yeah.
open it to the public too in a minute. But like for me, I understand what you're proposing, and just to have that memorialized in writing so we can put it as an amendment, like that would be fine. I don't think I would need to speak with you again, but let me put it out to commission members. If you would be comfortable just kind of seeing that plan in writing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
Brian, this is Scott.
ahead.
I'm assuming that the amendment would be in line with what we discussed. I would be comfortable with reviewing that and voting on that, not needing to have a whole new hearing about it.
Okay. And I think also too, Doug, like usually we request all information, 5 days before a hearing at least.
Yep.
So if we were to get that information at least 5 days beforehand, if a member of the commission could reach out to Rebecca or Lauren and say, "Oh, I have a real question or an issue,"
Yeah.
which then hopefully they could reach out to you and say, "Yes,
Absolutely.
there are questions," but I don't think there would be. Again, like I understand this method, and I understand what you're dealing with in that area.
Yeah. So no, that all sounds good to me. I can I'll get that to you guys in relatively short order and take it from there.
Okay. All right. That said, we're just going to table this vote this evening, and we'll just take the vote at the next one, because we'll be able to.
Yeah, sure.
Well, we'll probably introduce it as an amendment for the order, but we can work that
Awesome.
out. All right.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks.
Okay. Next up, we had a discussion scheduled for the Taking Back Nature program. Lauren, I don't know if you want to pull up the. It's in our packets. Rebecca wrote a kind of a program summary.
Sure. 1 minute. Okay, can you see that?
Yes. Yay. Are you able to zoom in a little bit?
Sure.
So I don't know if people are able to read in their packets, but this is a program that's being proposed by the conservation agent. It's getting young children out in nature. She has a number of days kind of planned for the first year, and she's hoping to roll it into a second year. She is looking at grant funding opportunities, has not found any yet, but she is constantly looking for grant funding opportunities. The cost of this program coming out of our budget, I thought, was relatively minimal. She shows where it comes from. I think it does fall in line with some of our educational and enlightenment goals, especially getting kids that young and introducing them and getting them out on a regular basis. So I had no issues with it as drafted and submitted, but let me ask any commission members, comments, questions, thoughts?
I think it's a fantastic program.
I agree. Any other comments, thoughts? Any members of the public here tonight to comment on this particular issue? Seeing that. All right. In that case, oh gosh, let me try to think about how to say this. I'm going to vote to call for a roll call vote to authorize the town's conservation agent to conduct the Take Back Nature program as drafted, submitted, and discussed at this evening's meeting. All those in favor, please say aye, starting with Sue.
Aye.
Jim,
I
Scott,
Aye.
And Lauren, I'm an aye as well.
Thanks.
You. Don't think there wasn't much in the way of enforcement order updates. I think some things are we're still
Brian,
waiting
we've
on the. Go ahead.
one more vote before the enforcement orders.
Oh my gosh. Yes, yes. Oh my, yeah. Yes, yes. Is there anything on our packet on the letter? I don't know if people have been following, but DEP is doing some regulation changes, and they've asked for public comment. A number of organizations, conservation commissions, and individuals have been submitting comments. Rebecca would like to do so on behalf of the commission. So I think she is looking for a vote to issue a letter from the Conservation Commission regarding comments on the new DEP regulations 1.5 revisions. She doesn't have a full letter drafted yet. She is working on drafting that letter with some of her peers and trying to do it in conjunction and understanding with what others are saying. But because there is a deadline of next Monday for getting the letter in, we won't have another meeting before it would need to be approved. So she's looking for approval to basically issue a letter from the Concom regarding the comments on the new DEP regulations, the 1.5 revisions. She did say that prior to submitting the letter, she will forward it to all Conservation Commission members to take any input, adjustments, changes, and make sure everybody's happy with it before we do send it. But in theory, we'd be authorizing her to send a letter on our behalf regarding those. I guess it would be a trust factor of her, forwarding it around to us for any additional comments or changes. I'm comfortable with that. I'm curious if others are, if you have thoughts, strong thoughts, feelings, ideas.
Sounds good to me.
Yep, sounds good.
I think I would need to see the memo before I would be comfortable giving it a thumbs up, but I am
Yeah.
comfortable with her drafting, sharing it with the committee prior to sending it.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with that. But not a blanket.
No,
send
no,
it,
yeah,
Write
yeah,
it
yeah.
and send it regardless of feedback.
Right, without,
I think it, so just to clarify this, okay, the drafting and then a thing, but I guess the question I have, Brian, as this is
Yep.
open law meeting aspects, we're potentially looking at having meeting conversations existing outside of a scheduled meeting, and I'm concerned, are we running afoul of open law?
We shouldn't, because it's not a public hearing. It's just a function of the Conservation Commission, and we will make the letter publicly available. Well, actually, it'll be part of the public comment to DEP, but we'll also make it publicly available, or if anybody requests or wants to see it, if we don't already put it on our website.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out some good wording. So I'm trying to, and before I put it, so Lauren, I was gonna say, would it make sense, and anybody else too? So basically, not calling for it yet, but it would be a vote to authorize our conservation agent to issue a letter from the Conservation Commission regarding comments on the new DEP regulations 1.5 revisions after sharing said communication, or sharing a draft of said communication with Concom members for their input.
I'm just thinking, because the deadline is for Monday.
Yeah.
So I think we would still technically need some sort of vote beforehand for her to actually issue it once the commission members have a chance to submit their feedback.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to think, is there a way in which I can word it? I was trying to figure to word it for her to be able to issue the letter from the Concom, regarding the comments. So we authorize her to issue the letter after sharing it or sharing a draft of it with Conservation Commission members for their input. So she's
I think that
authorized
sounds
after,
okay.
so technically she could send it to us and like 10 minutes later send it back out, but in theory,
I believe that covers it. I just don't know if how commission members feel about that. But I would agree that that would cover it.
yeah. So would do commission members follow that? Would you be more comfortable with wording that way? Does that work for people?
Yep.
Sorry, Brian, can you just give the wording one more time on that?
Yeah, sure. So it would be a vote to authorize the conservation agent to issue a letter from the Conservation Commission regarding comments on the new DEP regulations 1.5 revisions after sharing a draft of said letter with CONCOM members for their input. And I can clear it up a little bit, but basically it says that she's authorized to do the letter, but only after she's submitted it to us for our input. The tough thing is there's no way to put it in like, but she must take our input or we all need to vote on the input. It basically says she needs to share it with us, for our input, but doesn't say she needs to change it. Because that would be the tough one where we'd need to get back together and vote before Monday. And I don't know that we'd be able to assign a meeting for us to vote before Monday.
Brian, I'm comfortable with that approach.
Right.
Same.
All right. I guess, yeah, and I guess I am too. So I'll put it to a roll call vote. Scott, if you're not comfortable with it, I could understand if you wouldn't want to vote for it. I'm hoping, that this will work out. I'm just not seeing another solution right now. So I'm going to call for a roll call vote for the commission to authorize our conservation agent to issue a letter from the Conservation Commission regarding comments on the new DEP regulations 1.5 revisions after sharing a draft of said letter with members of the Conservation Commission and seeking their input. All those in favor, please say aye, starting with Sue.
Aye.
Jim.
Aye.
Scott.
No.
And Lauren, I'm an aye as well.
And I'm assuming this doesn't need to be unanimous, is that correct?
That is my understanding, but we will double check that. And if it's not,
I'm fine if it's fine if it's not. I was question because wasn't sure about what that meant, but okay.
Yeah, I think it's a majority on these, but it's a good point. I don't know for sure.
I'm not
Right.
sure on that either. We would have to follow up because I don't know if it would need to be a quorum of 4 out of the 7 or just who's here majority. So
I think it's
I'll
usually
have to
just a
check on
quorum to hold the vote, but then it's a question of and sometimes it's a 2/3 majority or let's find out an answer to that and then we'll take it from there.
Okay.
All right. So now the enforcement orders, which there really wasn't much of an update. I believe 11 Norse, we're still waiting on things, but it is progressing. Right. Actually, yeah, no, that yeah. Moving forward, I'm trying to think. I don't think there are any other major updates as far as any of the enforcement orders. We do have minutes from our April 7th, 2026 meeting. Do we have enough people that can vote on it here, Lauren? We do, right?
I saw Lori just showed up.
Yep, sorry, a little late.
That's perfectly fine. You got here just for the good part, minutes.
Because I wasn't here, I was likely going to abstain. So, but if we don't need my vote, then that works out even better.
All right.
This is
So-
the one we were missing a quorum last time. That's why we're revoting again
Yeah,
for the April 7th.
that's right. Okay. And the
I
21st.
was there. I was there for that meeting. Then I just wasn't there last week or the last.
That's
meeting.
right.
So okay,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
So I can vote on that then.
All right. In that case, If people looked at the meeting minutes from April 7th, 2026, any edits, corrections, or changes? If not, does anybody need more time to review those minutes? Seeing no one, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the minutes for our April 7th, 2026 meeting as drafted and submitted at this evening's meeting. Do I hear a second for minutes?
Second.
All those in favor, starting with Sue,
Aye.
Jim,
Aye.
Scott,
Scott, I don't think we heard you.
oh, sorry, Scott. Yeah.
All right, let me try it again. I.
You got it. Lori,
Aye.
as a thumbs up should work, right? And Lauren, I'm an I as well.
Thank
And,
you.
Same question for our July 21st, 2026 meeting. Any edits, corrections, changes? Anybody need more time to review the minutes from that meeting? Hang on. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the minutes for our July 21st, 2026 meeting as drafted and submitted at this evening's meeting. Do I hear a second for that?
Second.
All those in favor, starting with Sue,
Aye.
Jim,
Abstain.
Scott,
Dane.
Lori,
Uh-oh.
I think we lost. Oh, no,
No,
she's
she's
there.
No,
Aye.
I'm sorry it froze. Aye.
Okay, perfect. I was saying we were doing so well. Lauren, I'm an I as well.
Thank you.
I can
And
move
I'm
to
sorry,
another
Scott,
room.
I couldn't hear you. Did you abstain or did you say aye?
I abstained. I was not present for that meeting.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, so does that mean, okay, so we have, so
yeah,
we'll have
so
to
we
revote at the next one for that.
Will we? Because we have we do have a quorum and we had three. Well, we
We
can
had-
double check. If we have to revote it, we have to
Okay,
revote it.
I'll
Yeah,
double
we
check on
don't.
that.
Yeah, don't go too crazy now.
Okay.
Conservation land updates of the Forest Legacy program, again moving ahead. The homeowners have been really patient. We're kind of waiting on one piece. They're working with us to get that in place, so hopefully that will continue to move forward. The volunteer land steward position was accepted, and I think Rebecca has been reaching out to this individual to see if they can get some things scheduled or set some ground rules and stuff. And I'm not sure that she's heard back yet, but the position was accepted and offered. I don't think I have any additional updates. Is there anything I am missing, Lauren?
I don't believe so. I think we covered it all.
All right. Commission members have any new business or anything they'd like to see added to our next agenda?
Is our next meeting the dog meeting?
It is.
Yes.
Okay.
It is, and
There
you know,
is.
and it's a good point, Sue. When the meeting packets go around, there'll probably be a lot of dog information.
Mhm.
We all know there'll be a lot of interest. So
Mhm.
you know, if you're going to waste your weekend reading through one thing, like try to read through all of the dog stuff,
Yeah,
and then
that's fair.
hopefully it'll be a productive and easier meeting.
Yeah, let's hope.
All right.
Great.
Anything else for next time, or people want to see added to the agenda?
And I would just add, if we are going to be dog park or park heavy conversation, it's probably really smart for us to go over courtesy rules at the beginning
Mhm.
of that meeting, because I know the last couple times it's been pretty heated on both sides, and I think we want to just kind of lay that rules out to begin with, and then I know Lori's on that kick button when people cross the line, but I think it's important for us to really make that a strong statement at the beginning.
That's a really good point, Scott.
Yeah, it is. It's an excellent point. Right. And we'll make. I was going to say we can try to draft some really good language for that next time, Lauren. But
We
yeah,
can do that.
I'm already trying to like half draft it in my head, but yeah, let's make sure we draft something. It'll be a great preamble to the discussion.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, and again too, if we can draft something in the next week or so. We can send it around to everybody in the commission to see if everybody's comfortable with it, likes what we're saying, all that good stuff. Make sure it's kind of a united statement.
Sure.
All right. Okay. That said, well, unless there's any other new business or stuff that people want to see added to the agenda for next time. Seeing any, I'm going to make a motion that we hereby adjourn the Tuesday, August 4th, 2026 meeting of the Bolton Conservation Commission.
Second.
All those in favor, starting with Sue,
Aye.
Jim,
Aye.
Scott, Lori,
Aye.
and Lauren. I'm an aye as well.
Thank you.
All
Have a
right.
good
I'll
night.
see you all in a couple
Night.
weeks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Aye.